Hey guys, Chris here, and welcome to another GBS video. Now, with Man of Steel 2, or Batman vs Superman, whatever you want to call it, scheduled to come out in July of 2015, they're probably right now finalizing or getting ready to finalize a script, but it's probably not done yet. They're probably going through revision and everything. So I wanted to give out my possible plot details for the movie. These are strictly my opinion, and I want to put a disclaimer out there. From the majority of my comic book interest and comic book buying life, I've been about 70% Marvel, and the DC titles I have picked up were mostly Batman. And so you're gonna have to forgive me because I am not ingrained in the Superman lore as I am with Batman or even other Marvel characters like Daredevil and Spider-Man and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll put that disclaimer out there, and if I mess something up, please don't hurt me. So this movie will have 3 villains and 3 heroes. What? I know. Watch and learn. The movie opens up with Lex Luthor in a broken down, destroyed metropolis, and he's looking at one of his buildings that was in the city that was just completely annihilated, and he is pissed, like 80% of his workers died or something, and he's like, he's part of the cleanup construction, and he's just seething, and he does not like this. He doesn't like that Superman came in. He doesn't like the presence of this guy. He doesn't think he's good. He doesn't see it as he saved the earth. He sees it as this guy just killed people and destroyed Metropolis and this and that. He goes across the street to Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne, who's also in Metropolis because one of his buildings was destroyed too, and they start talking about how the sky is more bad than good. But Batman's a little hesitant. He sees that Lex Luthor is just full of this venom, this vile, and he wants to take Superman out. So Batman's like, okay, let me investigate. So it goes to the nighttime. Oh, and before this, Lex Luthor and Batman decide to, go to the city's council and the government and try to pass laws or whatever. So they start talking about that. So then Bruce Wayne suits up as the Bat in his time in Metropolis, and he goes to investigate Superman. Like, I don't know where Superman would be at this point. Maybe stages something to find him. I don't know what. And he tries to take on Superman. But, and he comes somewhat prepared. He knows what he's done. He's watched him film. But he doesn't understand how powerful Superman is. And Superman just kind of handles him really easily. And he's like, listen here, I'm good, whatever. They have a conversation. Superman's like, I'm good for, the world. I'm not bad. Batman kind of sees that, but he's still like, Jesus, this guy's powerful. I don't know if he's a good presence or whatever. But he sees the good heart of Superman. So, back in the daytime, Lex Luthor's like in the courts. He's like, we need to get this guy off the streets. We need him to turn himself in for testing. We need to have Superman come in because we don't like this guy and he's going to kill everyone. Everyone's like agreeing, and Bruce Wayne comes up after he was already kind of agreeing with them, and he's like, I don't think that's a good idea because Lex is like, all these crusaders, Batman and Gotham, Superman, they're all bad. They're all getting in the way of justice. Who are they to decide who carries out the laws of the government? That's the government's job. So he's getting in this political arena. He's getting in this. So he wants Batman and Superman to turn themselves in. Mainly Superman, because he's the one that's done the most damage. So Superman's feeling this pressure. He turns himself in. He's like, look, I've done it before. I'll show it to you again. You guys can grab me. I'm not here to run and hide. So what do? They do some tests, and Lex Luthor finds out his weakness, kryptonite, but he doesn't use it yet. He finds out the weakness, and he tells Bruce Wayne, he's like, yo, this guy is weak to kryptonite. Boom. So Bruce Wayne has that in the back of his mind, so he always has that. But sometime during this process, Lex figures out that Bruce Wayne is either hiding something or in his way, because Bruce now starts to vehemently stand in the way of this act that would require no superheroes to turn themselves in, this and that, because he's Batman. So he starts to stand in the way of it a lot and pull his political weight. Lex Luthor isn't like that, so he orders a hit on Batman. Who does he hire? Deathstroke. Now, Deathstroke would be a really minor character. He'd only show up for 2 scenes. So he would go to Bruce Manor to attack Bruce Wayne, because Deathstroke and Lex Luthor do not know that Bruce Wayne's Batman at this point, although Lex Luthor is suspecting something. So Deathstroke comes into the mansion, and he tries to carry out an assassination attack on Bruce Wayne. Bruce, while like he's sleeping or something. Now he's not in his suit, he's not whatever, but he kind of fights him off, and he he escapes, and he's unscathed, so it fails. And Deathstroke's like, this guy was fighting me pretty well, and Lex Luthor finally puts together that Bruce Wayne is Batman, but he has no proof. It's just something in his mind. So in the meantime, throughout this whole movie, you're kind of getting like seeing that Lex Luthor's crazy, but it's revealed that what Lex wants to do is he wants to become the president of the United States. He wants to be in a high power, and he wants to kind of implement martial law into the United States, and he kind of wants to take away some freedoms and stuff, so he kind of wants to control the population and do certain things. And his way of doing this, Superman is in his way, so he needs to kill this guy. So he knows he's a superpower being. And so what happens this whole time, from the point of this movie, from the point of the beginning till now, he reveals... Are you ready for it? Doomsday! What? Now it gets crazy. Lex Luthor has been working with these other scientists on some type of alien extract that they found, or whatever. It's been in the process, and they create this kind of beast, and they unleash him on the city, because they know Superman's going to get there and try to kill him. So they kind of have to alter Doomsday's, origins or whatever. But this thing is like handling Superman. So Batman's job is to break into like LexCorp and like figure out how to stop Doomsday before he kills Superman and kills everyone else, right? So he's going into the LexCorp because there's, he needs to figure out how to stop this thing. So he's like breaking in. He's all like Splinter Cell. He's taking people out. And then who shows up? Deathstroke. Right before he gets to the room that has the secrets to stop Doomsday, Deathstroke shows up and he's like, I knew it was you, you son of a... So they start fighting, right? So they're like, boom, boom, they're trading blows, but Batman's almost going to lose. He's a little older at this point, a little more rusty. Deathstroke's just like almost killing him. And he presses a button, or he presses it before Deathstroke comes, so he presses the button. So they're like fighting. And who comes through the window? Robin. Yes, Robin. Let's embrace him. He's like this 20-something-year-old cool-looking guy, and he runs in, and they start like tag-teaming him, and they just start whooping Deathstroke. And it's almost like they've been working together for years, because they just are like in such in sync. Like, Batman will punch him, and he'll turn around to like get hit in the face by Robin, and they'll be like doing this whole acrobatics. Batman will like hit his face on like a pole, and Robin will come up with like the grappling hook and take him up, So they'll beat him. Robin will disappear. That's it. That's all you see of Robin. Batman breaks in, has a little confrontation with Luthor. Luthor reveals his insanity. This whole time, even though Batman and Lex Luthor are interacting, you could tell that Lex Luthor is really obsessed with Superman. So Batman figures out how to stop Superman. He puts on a freaking exoskeleton, gets like a formula or something, subdues Lex Luthor, breaks in, and they tag team Doomsday, who's already destroying the city, and they just mess him up. Then they go, they arrest Lex Luthor. The day's kind of saved, and then they're like, Batman's like, listen, you need to watch yourself because I know how to stop you now. And, whatever. End it. Boom. Wouldn't that be a freaking awesome movie? Yes, it would. So I'm going to tweet this to Zack Snyder, the Z-Snap, as I call him. And, yeah, tell me what you think. Could be horrible. Who knows? But you let me know. Bye.